my Menlo Park students. It's Gardener Julia here. I miss you all so much. And even though you can't be here in the garden with me, I am going to take you exploring through the garden today to see all of the new things that have been growing all summer long. We are going to go over some garden and online expectations. We are going to take a tour of the garden, and then we're gonna dig up some potatoes in the garden right now. Let's go! All right, welcome to my home. We have 5 garden expectations this year. Some of them you might recognize from last year, and some of them are brand new to this year. Let's start with garden expectation number 1. Be kind to all living things. You might remember this one because it is true in the garden and when we are not in the garden. This year, I think it's especially important that you are kind even to yourself. You might have good days, you might have hard days. I want to make sure that you are being kind to yourself. Can you think of anything or anyone that you can be kind to from home? The second garden expectation is to be brave and try new things. It feels like this whole year is new. We're doing brand new things all the time. So I'm sure that you can already name so many new things that you have learned or tried just this year. Our third expectation is ask for help when you need it. We don't expect you to know everything, so please ask us for help. Our fourth expectation says use kind and respectful language. Whether you're speaking to your siblings or your friends or to other people online, we need to make sure that we are using kind and respectful language. Our fifth and final garden expectation is to have fun. Even though garden school is going to be much different this year, I'm going to be sharing fun videos from your garden and sharing fun activities for you to try at home. I think it's gonna be really fun. All right, let's head back to the garden and take a little tour. Our tour of the garden starts right here. If you have noticed, growing up above me, we have our grapes. This summer, we had for the first time ever some grapes actually grow on our plants. If we come down here, we can see the last few remaining purple grapes on our plants. I'm gonna pick one off and I'm gonna go ahead and try it. So sweet. I am standing underneath our mighty plum tree. Our plum tree made a bunch of plums and they dropped them all over our picnic tables. This is a little dried out plum. We can see that it used to have lots of juice in it, and in the middle of it, I found its seed inside of here. Last year we were using this garden bed to dig and look for worms. And right now, without all of you here to dig, I have planted some beets. So I am going to pull a beet out of the ground. I wonder how big it's going to be. I wonder if it's gonna be really small or really big. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out of the ground. Here is our beautiful beet. When we eat beets, we are eating the root of the plant. Sometimes we'll eat the leaves up here, but normally we eat the bottom, the root of the plant. Some of you might remember this very fluffy plant. Can any of you remember what this plant is called? When I touch it, it is nice and soft. And it almost looks kind of like an ear. This is our lamb's ear plant. So this plant right here grew our cucumbers. I am standing in front of this tree right here. When I take a look, all I see are leaves and branches. I don't know what type of tree it is. Can we look around and try to figure out what this plant and what this tree grew? Oh, I think we might have figured it out. What is it? It's an apple tree. Our apple trees already grew all of their apples, and throughout the summer, they dropped all of their apples. I was able to eat some of them, but a lot of these are being eaten by our bugs and our insects in the garden. We are going to pull up some potatoes from under the ground here. There is a lot of green kale plants in this bed, but there are also some plants that look like this. What? This doesn't look like a living plant, does it? So potatoes, they grow underground from their plant, and their plant dies in the fall. But all of those potatoes are hiding underground right now. I'm either gonna use our hand trowel, our tiny shovel, or I also have a big shovel just in case if I wanna get even deeper underground. I'm gonna go ahead and find a potato plant just like this. So I'll dig in. I wanna be very gentle because if I go too hard, I might slice open a potato. So I'm still digging and look at all of this that I found. So you can see this is the dead plant of the potato, and at its roots hiding underground are all of these delicious potatoes. What are some ways that you like to eat potatoes? I'm just gonna keep digging to see how many potatoes I can find right now. So I was just digging for only a few moments and I found a whole bunch of potatoes. There are tons and tons of potatoes that are still in the ground. But I want to go ahead and count and see how many potatoes I was able to pull up today. So I have a big one right here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, this little one, and the teeniest little potato. We'll count this one as 14 potatoes. Yeah! I hope you had so much fun coming into the garden today. I will see you all next time. Take care.